Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. In previous episode, we understood Wisdom Teachings Part 1. Now we are going to Wisdom Teachings Part 2 after the prayer. Namo Vishnu, Namo Vishnu, Namo Vishnu, Namo Hare. Namaste Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya Dhimate. The energy of synthesis. The ocean exists in the waves. A wave has not a separate existence. It is only the ocean in the form of the wave. We are all wave aspects of the one ocean of existence and inseparably connected with the universal consciousness. To see all forms as an expression of the divine is the wisdom of synthesis. For people on the spiritual path, this understanding is not new, but it remains as mere information if we do not realize it and do not live it. As long as we have reservations against certain persons, things, or situations, we do not live in the synthesis. An occult statement is anything we reject rejects us. Synthesis demands inclusion and not exclusion. In synthesis, there is an oceanic consciousness that knows no tendencies of separativity. This consciousness works through us and through all the others. Synthesis means including every possibility as it approaches us. We cannot say, I don't have time for this. Later, we may have to repent and look for it. If even a single member in a group is neglected, to the extent there is no synthesis. Synthesis is a state of awareness where the role of everything in creation is understood. The role of the good and the evil, the role of the war, an earthquake, or a volcanic eruption. Only the one who carries the energy of synthesis in himself does acquire an understanding of the working of the whole. We then also realize what the meaning of the dark side of life is, and that light cannot exist without darkness, just as there is no inhalation without exhalation. Both have their importance. We cannot say which is important. We carry within us the seed of synthesis, but when we try to manifest synthesis through our mind, senses, and the body, we notice blockades in us. The emotional and the mental plans are our biggest problems. On the mental plan, we have our views and fixed ideas that limit us. Many intellectuals with a highly developed mind are stuck in their analytical thinking. They may be intellectually superior to others, but it is not about winning with one's own views, but to leave behind one's own views, but to leave behind one's own ideas and to integrate others' viewpoints, not by analysis and criticism, but by including the various ideas, we can approach the truth. To see the differences between views is analysis. To realize the similarities is synthesis. The more we are aligned to what is common, the more we approach the energy of synthesis. Synthesis assimilates every viewpoint. When we start thinking not in the head but in the heart, criticism falls off and we develop loving understanding. The heart center is the center of unity and love. If we lose the connection to the heart, the awareness of unity also disappears, and the mind presents to us the diversity of external world. As long as we are stuck in the mind, we have no contact with the energy of synthesis. We cannot communicate with the consciousness of the master either. The theme of the synthesis demands that we rise from the mental plan to Buddhic plan, and from there even to Atmic plan. In the human body, the Atmic plan corresponds to the head center, the Buddhic plan to the heart center, and the physical plan to the base center. There, the humanity is stuck in the matter. Synthesis extends to the three higher centers, the head center, the Ajna, and the heart center. The consciousness of synthesis or of the background exists in us, but also particularly in the heart lotus, which is different from the heart center. The heart center is the center of love. The heart lotus is the basis of all existence. The heart lotus is located above the heart center and below the throat center. It is recommended that we meditate on this center, on Lord Narayana, the energy of synthesis. To experience the higher plans, we do not have to go anywhere. A pure mind is enough. Usually, the mind keeps us bound with the external things. Instead of aligning the mind to objective, we can, however, also align it to the higher plans. When our mind is pure, the higher plans can reflect in us. We can see, hear, and experience the things wherever we are. Now, question. You must use your will and power in most balanced way. How? Let us discuss the need for the right use of will and power. These are great times of change, and it takes self-empowerment to achieve the changes that are necessary in the functioning of your planetary system. Self-empowerment has to be developed, integrated at a personal level, and then used. It must begin with you as the individual and then be projected into collective of humanity. You are the ones, beloveds, who set the temple or template for self-empowerment, and the right use of power and will to be accessible and usable in the realm of the form and on the earth. When you exhibit and utilize your power and your will in a way that is no total alignment with the divine plan. You provide an example for others to follow. When you express yourself from a soul or spirit perspective, you exhibit power that is balanced. You can accomplish when you, as an individual, stand family balanced in your power. Many changes will occur because of you individually and because of the impact you will make at a collective level. This is important for you to recognize and begin to take action. Examine if there are many anomalies within your energetic system that relate to this issue of will and power. Go to the third chakra of your sit with the energies within this chakra and recognize how you feel about yourself. In order for your will and power effectively and achieve what is necessary in these chaotic times, this chakra must be fully functioning in a balanced way. You cannot be a victim of your circumstances any longer. You must summon your courage and your will and exhibit your power as a soul or spirit, embodied in a physical form. You came at this time to make a difference. Now, let us talk about your will and power that is balanced as you create your life, experience, and as you make an impact on humanity. This power and will of which I speak is not what has been exhibited in your lifetime or on this earth since the fall of consciousness. Earth has been held very rigidly in fear and separation, and in order for many to negotiate this dense level, some choose to take the position of power and dominance over because they were fearful for their survival. They believed that they had to be dominant and take charge. In order to survive, they used their will to usurp the wills of all others. There is another side to this fallen state of consciousness. It is a belief in weakness. An example of this would be I am less than, I am a victim of my circumstance. I look forward to living this life, which is so difficult, and return to a more peaceful state in the heavenly realms. Examine these two positions carefully because they are part of your fallen ego. They are an integral part of your belief system, and you fluctuate between those two positions. You summon your will have dominance over another because you believe it will help you survive and maintain your body. Sometimes you may think that the escaping this horrible life, you will find relief in the afterlife, after retirement. Yes, you will find healing, relief, and love in this state of being until you can return to a physical life and establish your power and exhibit your soul or spirit. You must learn and know that you are a divine image of Prime Creator. You are powerful, yet gracious, wise, and compassionate. You came at this time to be of service and to assist in this ascension of earth and humanities. But this is only one of the reasons that you came. Most importantly, you have come for self evolvement and ascension. You did not come to escape, but to hold stably what you have learned and show the way for humanity to follow. You came to exhibit the beauty of your soul and exemplify your qualities and your strength. There are many levels of ascension. The one that we are now in the process of guiding to accomplish is a very important accession process. It includes a ascension of a collective consciousness of a physical planet which will set a template for all worlds of form in this sector of the universe to follow. Earth is the example of evolution, not revolution. It is crested planet in form. Because you are a crested being in a body on a crested planet, you are the way showers that others will follow. Many in other planetary systems look to Earth to reflect the perfected image of Prime Creator. This is the energetic template the crescent plant and a crested being hold and exemplify. When you are able to that fallen paradigm and escalate the ascension of earth, two key components of this template are self-love and self-value. You will not be able to accomplish this ascension fully and completely balanced template of the right use of will and power. You make changes to that fallen paradigm and escalate the ascension of earth. Two key components of this template are self-love and self-value. You will not be able to accomplish this ascension fully and completely in an accelerated way if you hold within you any uncertainty of your value and most importantly love of self. You cannot exhibit love to humanity if you do not hold it for yourself. You will judge them as you judge yourself. If you hold a belief that you are unworthy, you will resist the changes that must be made within you, and you will show the process of change within the collective consciousness of humanity because you are that powerful. When you use will and power under the direction of your fallen ego, you also slow the process. This allows the fallen collective to continue to be securely established. Now, you are very powerful. You hold the key to accelerate the ascension process. Use it. How? We are here to guide you, to support you, and to assist you. Many of masters gather regularly to teach you and to show you the way, for we too have experienced many of the things that you experience in your daily life. We too have overcome some of the same issues that you face, and we too struggled and were in pain and misery many times. Before we achieved mastery, we felt victimized and were not able to summon our power. We were able to make the changes that were necessary through introspection and quiet. In this state of quiet, we received the guidance that was given to us. We had to change our beliefs about ourselves. We lived in a very dense times, so we experienced what you experience. Many of you are unnamed masters in your own right, for you have made countless changes in yourselves and have evolved through many life experiences. I have come to awaken the memory of you that lies within you in order for you to recognize what I am showing you. Go within and begin to see your beauty and your graciousness. You must begin to see and know the presence of your spirit and come under its direction. Allow yourself to be led by your soul rather than your fallen ego. You must be proactive in these changes, and you must realize that you are the power behind them. When you are confident in yourself and are certain of who you are, you can use your willpower to create what you desire. Belief in yourself is a great accomplishment and shows that you have mastery. When you walk in this mastery, you are not threatened by mother's power, but you can honor it. You cannot allow it because you know you are enough and that you can use your power and direct it as needed. You can exemplify the correct use of the power. You show the way to dismantle an old belief. You eliminate the possibility of an old belief of dominance and power over from continuing to play out in the energies of your planet. And through your example, you set the template of how to use will and power that is always tempered with great love and compassion. The love that is within your heart is not just a sort of emotion, it is a very powerful, energetic, and it supports your ability to use your will and power. effectively, and in a balanced way. When you hold love of self in your heart first, you exhibit a powerful love based template that is found in unity and consciousness. In this powerful love energy, you begin to see how connected each and every being is on this planet. You recognize that you are connected to all those with whom you are an interrelation sweep. You see elderly how they affect them. They affect your belief system and the way you conduct yourself in life. You have a similar effect on them. They affect your belief system and the way you conduct yourself in life. You have a similar effect on them. Being assertive is vastly different from being aggressive. Assertive is standing in your power and in your knowing. You exhibit and live it. You are much more effective when you model it. Many will observe the way you conduct yourself. They will observe the joy of compassion, happiness, and also expression. All of this is possible because you have cultivated these states of being and you have made the changes necessary so that you consistently exemplify joy, happiness, and peace. Everything we can buy from the shop except peace of mind. When you use your will and power to make synthesis, you are not the change that will shift the consciousness of the earth, and you will show the way with power and grace. These changes must be made at a physical level. It requires a body to make the alternation to a physical planet. The universe is a physical example of creation. We can guide you, love you, and direct you higher frequencies of light to you. But you must be willing to receive the highest and love, dear ones, and use it to accomplish what you came here to do. Be consciousness of receiving in times of contemplation, and be allowing and be willing to accept what is there for you. And the ascended master realms, the Acharya angelic realms, that good realms that you have no knowledge of, emit great vows of love energy and vast waves of light. Unity and synthesis. If we bring together the individual petals of a flower and then on with a string in the form of a flower, the parts form a unity. If however we observe flower without plucking it, the peoples of the forest are in the banana itself. Petals of the flower are already in oneness. Something constructed in a unity, something created by nature has come. into being an account of synthesis. Last. Synthesis is the background of every existence. The awareness of the synthesis of all plants comfortably by man is called, the time is called yoga. Fiery existence. It is a fiery synthesis whose awareness is called in East Agni Yoga, or yoga called in East Agni Yoga, or yoga of fire. The individual consciousness can withdraw into the background of a greater consideration. Yoga, however, is nothing but of touch, but it is lived in daily life. Yoga is not a part-time job, but a way of life. To read and about yoga, a way of life. To read about yoga, a way of life, not a part-time job, but a way of life. To read about yoga does not help at all age. Here there should be an alternative to be made in practicing. Ekanta Kalyan Mangala Sarpadeva Satkruta Yastu Mangalam.